Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing an inspired makeup look. So let's get into it, and I'll be doing a story time as we go. So this is a story time of how I how I got ashamed while I was looking a job. I was looking for a job. So it's not even that long. Let me not put it like it's in the past or what. No, it's not even that long. Recently I was looking for a job and I applied to multiple places. And after applying to multiple places, one place responded. It was and nobody knew like at home that I was looking for a job or what. It was a grill. It was a brand grill, and by this point, like I said, nobody knew at home that I was looking for a job. And as you can see today, I'm doing thick eyebrows. My eyebrows are really thick, and I'm not doing brown ones. I'm doing black ones. I just want them to pop. So I'll be doing a black one. So like I said, it was a bar and grill, and I knew if anybody knew at home, like mom or anybody knew, she was not going to accept. She was not going to accept. So I kept it a secret. And what happened? So the place called me because I left my number down when I was applying and everything. The place called me and they asked me. There was a woman on the phone. She said she really needs workers, and I was like, good, because I really need a job. At this point, I was really desperate for like at this point I was really desperate for like, so I'll be using some got to be glue to lay them down. I was really desperate for like money. I needed money because I have a lot of business ideas. I still have, and I have not gotten any money. I'm still looking for a job. Let me just say I'm still desperate for that money because I have some business ideas that I would like to start. So at this point the woman called me. I was like, oh my gosh, you came through for me. And I was just like thanking God, like how God came through for me. And I'm like, what is the odds of someone looking for, like the woman sounded so desperate, like I'm really looking for workers. And I was like, and I was desperate as well, and I'm like, I really need a job. So what happened after we talked on the phone, she explained she really needs workers. She asked me where I was staying. I was a bit further than where the place was. So she said immediately I said where I was staying. She said like she was doubting, like something like that. And she ended up just saying, you can come through. First you can drop your CV, and then I'll analyze your CV. Oh my gosh, I will analyze your CV, and then I'll call you the particular day to come for an interview after you drop off. So now it was work. I needed to gather money because I didn't want to ask man for anything. I was like, I'm not gonna ask anybody for anything. If this works out, I just want everybody to just find me boom with a job. So now I started gathering my CV and everything. So I started gathering my CV. Now I'll carve my eyebrows down with some concealer. After gathering my CV, so I didn't ask for any help from anyone because I wanted to do it myself. I'll be using this brush. It's not big, it's not small. I'll be using this. So I started gathering my CV, gathering my passport size photo, and first I started gathering some money because I didn't have any money at that point to even go print out my CV, go take some passport size photos, and also go buy an envelope and other things. Didn't have any money. So by the grace of God, I managed to gather everything, and I planned a day, and I went with my little sister. My little sister was with me. We went there, and that's how I delivered the CV. After I delivered my CV, I started actually waiting. Now you know how you get so anxious. Are they gonna call me? Are they gonna do what? So oh my gosh, I stopped even breathing. I stopped even talking. So after I started gathering after I started waiting, I waited for only about, maybe I would say 4 days. 4 days they reached out to me. In those 4 days, I discovered something really crucial about this place. I saw the knocking off time was really over. Like the knocking off this time, when you go on Google Map and see the time when they open the place, you will see it opens around 3 p.m. and then it closes around 11 p.m., which was almost midnight because 12 makes it midnight. And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, how am I going to be getting from all the way from that place, the working place, to home? And I was like, I don't know. God will figure out something. God will make a way of how I'm going to be coming home. I didn't really think about it that deep. After I got called, and by this point I was just thinking about the waking hours. So to make myself feel comfortable, let's blend this. I started asking my brother. I asked my brother, would you come get me if I came? I started coming because my brother was there the first day she called me. She said, hey, I really need workers and what. My brother was already there, so she was already aware. Apart from my brother, nobody at home was aware. Just apart from my brother, nobody was aware. So my brother was like, yeah, I will try. I would try to come and get you. We didn't really think about it so much. So he said I would obviously I would come when you start off. You would just call me, and then I'll come. I'll be coming to get you. And keep in mind, I'm the older sister. My brother's pretty young. My brother is 15. No, like around is 15, but not that old to be working at night. I didn't really think about it that much because it's not that far. It's far enough that someone can catch you and kill you, but it's not that far where you say how am I going to. So that's why I didn't think about it so much. I think that's why. So after waiting, I was called. Let me just blend this quick off camera so that we can do a fast thing. First, let's do the top part with our foundation. We'll also carve out the top part with foundation. So before we even go on, the first time I was delivering my CV at this place, my first thought about this place, of course, I had seen the pictures when I was applying and everything. I was in that kind of desperate moment when I was applying, so I didn't really take a full good look at what I was applying for. Because the day she called me, I actually thought it was a restaurant that I applied for. And then after checking the name and everything, that's when I knew that there was the bar connected. It was a pub and grill or something like that. So like I didn't know. Let's just blend this. So I didn't know that. That's how I was like, oh, you can't refuse a job, especially if you're desperate. You can't refuse when you're being given a chance to work and make money. Because I really need a job. I still need a job. Like I need to help my mom with some things, and just my mom being a single mother, it's getting kind of hard. So that's why I need a job, and obviously to support my business, like I stated in the first point. So that's how I go to the place. Well, my first impressions of the place was it was pretty cool. It was pretty clean, although I didn't get really inside. Like I was puzzled where to deliver the CV because there was a bar there. There was like a bar here, and then there was like a butchery there where they get the meat from to go and do the grill. And so I was like, where should I enter? I entered in the bar first. There was no one there. There was no but there were people there drinking, but there was just no server there or anybody or bartender there. So I went outside, and then I saw the guy who was doing some grills and smoke. I said, you work here? And then he said, yes. I'm going to be using this palette. I'll be using the browns. I'll be just using the browns, the dark brown, and black. So my first impression was, I asked him, do you work here? He said yes, and I said I spoke to a woman who told me I should bring my CV and everything. And then the man pointed at the butchery, go inside there. And then I found two girls in there. I greeted them, hey. I told them the same thing I told the man. So I'm gonna start with a darker color like this one on my eyelids. I don't know if it's gonna show up like what I thought. Just brown shades for me don't make sense how they don't show up. Like you can see something, but it's not that visible, you know. Obviously there's something there, but you can't really see it. But there is something there. So I'm gonna be building up just from brown to this warm brown, and then I'll be putting a little black to make some depth, and then I'm gonna be putting some orange to add some color. So I just made a guideline like this offline, as you can see, like a guideline where I'll be smoking out and everything, and I'll do the same for the other eye, and then we'll continue the story. So I'm done with the other eye. I'll be using some orange to smoke out everything, to smoke out the black. And let's continue. So he answered, yeah, I met two women in there. I told them everything. I told the man, and they said, what's your name? And I told them my first name, and they said, your full name. And I told them my full name. After that, they said, okay, you can leave your CV. And that's how I left my CV there. After leaving my CV, like I said, 4 days passed. It wasn't like a really bad place, like I said. It's just that I knew that mom would never agree for me to work in a bar. That's why I didn't tell her. Otherwise, I thought the place was cool. So the intended day came, the day the woman called me and said, I've seen your CV, you can come in, we have a talk. So at this point, I was really already contemplating about the hours, the knocking off hours, because they were too much for me. But because I needed the job so bad, like I needed the job so bad.